The first indication that something was terribly wrong came at precisely 1437 Universal Time. Dr. Elena Rodriguez was reviewing soil samples in her laboratory at the International Ecological Research Center when the world changed forever. A soft hum began, almost imperceptible at first. The delicate glass instruments on her workbench started to vibrate, creating a haunting resonance that seemed to penetrate the very walls of the facility. Elena looked up, her hand instinctively reaching for her tablet, when the holographic projections burst into existence. Simultaneously, every digital screen on the planet transformed. Television broadcasts, smartphone displays, public information boards, and computer monitors became windows into something beyond human comprehension. The image was crystal clear, a vast, intricate projection of what appeared to be non-human entities, their forms both familiar and utterly alien. In New York, crowds stopped dead in Times Square. In Tokyo, subway passengers froze mid-step. London's financial district fell silent. The global communication networks, which had always been humanity's pride, now became conduits for a message that would redefine everything. The alien representatives were not menacing, nor were they overtly friendly. They appeared as translucent, crystalline forms that shifted and realigned with each spoken word. Their language was simultaneously heard in every known human tongue, a technological marvel that defied existing linguistic understanding. People of Earth, the first communication began. We come with a revelation that will challenge the very foundation of your understanding of existence. Elena's research team gathered around her, their breathing shallow, hands trembling. Dr. Marcus Chen, her lead geological analyst, gripped the edge of a computer console so tightly his knuckles turned white. Researcher Sophia Mkosi from the Environmental Systems Department muttered a prayer under her breath. The projection continued, displaying complex geological maps, intricate biological diagrams, and astronomical charts that seemed to pulse with an inner light. Data streams scrolled at impossible speeds, revealing patterns that no human algorithm had ever detected. Your planet, the alien voice continued, is not what you believe it to be. In research facilities, government buildings, and scientific institutions around the world, experts began frantically analyzing the incoming data. Quantum computers worked overtime, trying to process the unprecedented flood of information. Military installations went into high alert, their sophisticated tracking systems struggling to comprehend the global transmission. Elena's mind raced. As an environmental historian with specializations in planetary ecosystems and comparative xenobiology, she recognized something extraordinary in the presented data. The geological formations displayed were too perfect, the ecological balances too precise to be mere coincidence. The transmission revealed layers of complexity that defied current scientific understanding. Geological timelines appeared to be annotated with impossible precision, showing ecological developments that suggested deliberate intervention rather than random evolutionary processes. Satellite feeds worldwide captured the same holographic display. In research centers, government buildings, and private homes, people watched in collective breathlessness. The alien representatives seemed to be presenting humanity with a cosmic report card, their crystalline forms shifting with each revelation. "We are the Galactic Confederation," the voice explained, "and we have monitored your planet's development for millennia. What you perceive as natural evolution is, in fact, a carefully constructed experiment." Questions erupted everywhere. Social media platforms crashed under the weight of millions simultaneously seeking answers. Emergency communication channels overloaded. Governments scrambled to respond, their carefully maintained protocols suddenly irrelevant. Elena recognized something most others missed. Between the complex data streams, there were subtle mathematical patterns, elegant, intricate designs that suggested intentionality beyond random chance. Her background in environmental history and her extensive research into planetary systems gave her a unique perspective. "This is not a threat," the alien communication continued, "but a revelation of your true origins." The holographic display began showing comparative planetary models. Earth appeared different. Its ecological systems displayed as interconnected networks, so perfectly balanced that they seemed almost artificial. Mountain ranges, ocean currents, atmospheric compositions, all were presented as deliberate constructions rather than natural formations. Dr. Chen whispered, "It's like someone designed the entire planet as an experiment." Alina's mind was racing. If these revelations were true, everything, every scientific understanding, every historical narrative, would need complete re-examination. The implications stretched far beyond scientific curiosity. This was a fundamental challenge to humanity's understanding of its own existence. As the transmission continued, one thing became clear. Humanity was about to embark on the most significant journey of discovery in its recorded history. The comfortable narrative of accidental evolution was crumbling, replaced by a far more complex and intentional story. The alien representatives paused, their crystalline forms seeming to study the collective human reaction. And then, with a precision that suggested millennia of careful observation, they prepared to reveal the next layer of their extraordinary message. The global scientific community descended into organized chaos. Research facilities around the world became war rooms of intellectual investigation, with every available resource dedicated to understanding the alien transmission. Dr. Elena Rodriguez's research center transformed overnight. Massive screens covered every wall, displaying the alien data from multiple perspectives. Geological cores, satellite imagery, and complex algorithmic analyses competed for attention. Each new layer of information seemed to contradict everything humanity thought it knew about planetary formation. Dr. Marcus Chen stood before a holographic representation of Earth's geological history, his fingers tracing impossible patterns. "Look at these mineral distributions," he muttered, adjusting the projection. "They're too precise. Each geological stratum shows signs of deliberate placement." The Galactic Confederation's data revealed something profound. Earth's geological record wasn't just a timeline of random events, but a meticulously engineered system. Mountain ranges appeared positioned with mathematical precision. Mineral deposits suggested intentional distribution rather than natural accumulation. Ocean currents and tectonic plate movements showed patterns that defied conventional geological understanding. Satellite imagery began revealing hidden structures. Advanced scanning technologies detected microscopic variations in rock formations that suggested engineered complexity. What geologists had previously attributed to natural erosion now appeared to be carefully designed environmental mechanisms. "It's like the entire planet is a complex machine," whispered Sophia Mkosi, her fingers flying across multiple computational interfaces. "Every single system is interconnected with such precision that it can't be coincidental." Global news networks struggled to translate the scientific findings into comprehensible narratives. Experts from different disciplines began collaborating in ways never seen before. Geologists worked alongside biologists, physicists collaborated with environmental scientists, and mathematicians decoded complex planetary algorithms. The most startling revelations came from biological records. Genetic studies showed impossible levels of biodiversity optimization. Species distributions appeared too perfect, ecosystems too precisely balanced. Each life form seemed deliberately placed to maintain a complex planetary balance. "We're looking at planetary engineering," Dr. Rodriguez explained during an emergency global scientific conference. "Not just random evolution, but a deliberate construction of an entire ecosystem." The implications were staggering. If true, this meant that every mountain, every ocean current, every species interaction was part of a massive, intentional design. Earth was not a product of random chance, but a carefully constructed experiment. Research teams worked around the clock. Computational systems pushed to their absolute limits tried to process the alien data. Universities worldwide suspended normal operations, transforming into 24-hour research centers dedicated to understanding the revelation. Unexpected connections emerged. Climate patterns that seemed random now appeared to be precisely controlled systems. Biological mutations that had been attributed to natural selection now looked like carefully introduced variations. The very concept of natural was being dismantled. "We're rewriting every scientific textbook," Dr. Chen remarked, his voice a mixture of excitement and disbelief. "Everything we thought we knew about planetary development is now a question mark." The global response was complex. Some saw terror in the revelation, others saw unprecedented opportunity. Religious institutions grappled with theological implications. Philosophical circles erupted in passionate debates about the nature of existence. But among scientists, a growing sense of wonder began to replace initial shock. Each new piece of data revealed a level of complexity that was both terrifying and breathtaking. The planet wasn't just a living system. It appeared to be an intricate, engineered environment with purpose. As the first 72 hours of revelation passed, humanity began to realize something profound. The alien transmission was not just sharing information, it was presenting a challenge. Somehow, this carefully constructed planetary system was more than just a scientific curiosity. It was a test. And humanity was just beginning to understand the rules of this cosmic examination. The Galactic Confederation waited, their crystalline forms observing humanity's initial response. They had seeded this planet with potential, and now they would watch how that potential would unfold. The global response defied every historical precedent. Within hours of the alien transmission, national boundaries began to dissolve in the face of a shared cosmic challenge. Research facilities that had once competed now merged their resources, creating a worldwide network of intellectual collaboration unlike anything humanity had ever witnessed. At the International Scientific Coordination Center in Geneva, a massive real-time communication hub sprang to life. Thousands of researchers from every continent worked in synchronized shifts, their efforts coordinated through advanced quantum communication networks. Dr. Elena Rodriguez found herself at the center of this global brain trust, her expertise in environmental systems becoming crucial to understanding the alien revelations. Young scientists emerged as unexpected heroes. Graduate students and early career researchers, unburdened by decades of established scientific dogma, brought fresh perspectives to the analysis. A team of computational biologists in Mumbai discovered intricate patterns in the alien data that veteran researchers had overlooked. A group of geological engineers in Brazil developed innovative algorithms to decode the complex planetary formation models. The Internet transformed from a communication platform to a massive, distributed research engine. Citizen scientists worldwide contributed analysis, processing massive datasets through distributed computing projects. People who had never considered themselves scientifically inclined now found themselves part of the most significant intellectual endeavor in human history. Governments quickly realized that traditional power structures were becoming irrelevant. The challenge presented by the Galactic Confederation required a level of global cooperation that transcended political boundaries. Emergency sessions of the United Nations became continuous strategy meetings, with scientific advisors taking precedence over political representatives. Dr. Marcus Chen led a breakthrough team that began mapping the intentional design of Earth's ecosystems. They discovered that what appeared to be random variations in geological formations were actually precisely calculated environmental control mechanisms. Mountain ranges seemed positioned to regulate global climate patterns. Ocean currents appeared to be carefully designed transportation and energy distribution systems. It's like the entire planet is a complex machine, Chen explained during a global broadcast. Every single system is interconnected with a level of precision we've never imagined possible. The most remarkable transformation occurred in how people thought about their planet. Environmental conservation was no longer an abstract concept, but a critical investigation into a deliberately designed system. Schools worldwide adjusted their curriculums, introducing new approaches to understanding planetary systems. Sophie Nkosi's team made a groundbreaking discovery about biodiversity. The distribution of species was not random but appeared to be a carefully orchestrated balance. Each ecosystem contained intricate checks and balances that suggested intentional design. Extinct species began to be viewed not as evolutionary failures, but as potential components of a larger, more complex system. Communication technologies evolved rapidly. The quantum networks developed to analyze the alien data began to show capabilities far beyond their original design. Researchers found themselves able to process information at speeds that would have been impossible just weeks earlier. Religious institutions grappled with the revelation in unexpected ways. Many theological scholars began reinterpreting their traditional texts, seeing the alien transmission as an opportunity for deeper understanding rather than a challenge to belief. Interfaith dialogues emerged, focused on exploring the philosophical implications of a deliberately designed planetary system. The psychological impact was profound. Humanity began to see itself differently. No longer were humans simply inhabitants of a planet, but potential participants in a cosmic experiment of unprecedented complexity. The sense of isolation that had characterized human civilization began to crumble. International research grants were restructured overnight. Funding that had previously been compartmentalized now flowed freely between disciplines. A young researcher in Kenya could now collaborate directly with a team in Canada, their work supported by a global research initiative that ignored previous economic and political barriers. As the first week of investigation concluded, a new human narrative was emerging. The alien revelation was transforming humanity from a species of isolated populations to a unified global intelligence. Each discovery brought more questions, more wonder, and a growing sense of collective potential. The Galactic Confederation observed silently, their crystalline forms monitoring humanity's response. They had seeded this planet with potential, and now they were watching how that potential would unfold. Something extraordinary was taking shape, a global consciousness rising to meet an unprecedented cosmic challenge. The holographic display in the International Scientific Coordination Center shifted, revealing a complex three-dimensional representation of cosmic history. Dr. Elena Rodriguez felt a chill run down her spine as the Galactic Confederation began to unveil the true origins of their planetary experiment. The ancient architects emerged not as mythical beings, but as a civilization of unprecedented scientific and philosophical complexity. Their projection showed a civilization that existed millions of years before human consciousness, a species that had transcended traditional biological limitations. They were engineers of entire planetary systems, creators of cosmic ecosystems designed to nurture intelligent life. "We are not conquerors," the alien transmission explained, "but cultivators of potential." The historical narrative they presented was both terrifying and magnificent. Earth was one of multiple crucible worlds, carefully designed to forge species capable of extraordinary adaptation. These worlds were not random experiments but precise instruments of cosmic development. Each planet was a testing ground, a complex system engineered to create life forms capable of solving increasingly complex challenges. Dr. Marcus Chen analyzed the geological data with mounting excitement. The planetary formation models revealed layers of intentional design that went far beyond simple environmental engineering. Tectonic plate movements, atmospheric composition, mineral distributions, every single aspect showed signs of deliberate intervention. "It's like they designed a living machine," Chen muttered, his fingers tracing complex holographic models. "Each system is interconnected with a level of precision we can't even comprehend." The revelation challenged every existing scientific paradigm. Evolution was not a random process, but a carefully guided development. Species were not simply products of natural selection, but potential solutions to complex cosmic challenges. Each extinction, each biological adaptation now appeared to be part of a larger, more intricate design. Sophie Mkosi's team discovered something even more profound. The genetic structures of Earth's species contained hidden mathematical patterns, complex algorithms embedded within biological systems. These were not random mutations, but carefully introduced variations designed to test adaptive capabilities. The Galactic Confederation showed how they had monitored Earth's development through countless iterations. Previous attempts at developing intelligent life had failed. Civilizations had risen and fallen, each providing crucial data for the next experiment. Humanity represented their most promising attempt yet. "You are not an accident," the transmission continued. "You are a carefully cultivated potential." Global reactions varied wildly. Some saw terror in the revelation, others saw unprecedented opportunity. Scientific institutions worked around the clock to process the incoming information. Every discipline, from geology to quantum physics, from biology to environmental sciences, found itself completely transformed. The cosmic architects had built multiple fail-safe mechanisms into Earth's design. Climate systems that could self-regulate, biological diversity that could adapt to extreme changes, geological structures that could absorb and redistribute environmental stress. Humanity was not just a random species, but a potential solution to complex universal challenges. Religious institutions found themselves in a profound philosophical dialogue. Traditional creation narratives dissolved, replaced by a more complex understanding of cosmic development. Theologians and scientists began collaborative discussions about the nature of existence, purpose, and potential. The psychological impact was immense. Humanity began to see itself differently. No longer were humans simply inhabitants of a planet, but potential participants in a cosmic experiment of unprecedented complexity. The sense of isolation that had characterized human civilization began to crumble. Educational systems worldwide were immediately restructured. New courses emerged focusing on planetary systems, cosmic engineering, and adaptive intelligence. Schools transformed from places of passive learning to active research centers, with students directly participating in decoding the cosmic mystery. As the first detailed revelations concluded, a new human narrative was emerging. The alien transmission was more than just information, it was an invitation. Humanity was being challenged to understand its own potential, to recognize its place in a much larger cosmic ecosystem. The Galactic Confederation's crystalline forms seemed to pulse with a complex emotion, something between anticipation and hope. They had seeded this planet with potential, carefully cultivating a species that might solve challenges beyond their own comprehension. Something extraordinary was taking shape, a global consciousness rising to meet an unprecedented cosmic challenge. Humanity stood at the precipice of a transformation that would redefine its understanding of existence itself. The technological breakthrough began in a small research laboratory nestled in the mountains of Chile. Dr. Elena Rodriguez and her international team of researchers have been working for weeks, decoding the intricate data patterns left by the Galactic Confederation. What started as a systematic analysis transformed into something far more extraordinary. Dr. Marcus Chen noticed it first, a subtle mathematical harmonic hidden within the geological data. What appeared to be random geological formations contained an incredibly complex information matrix. Each rock stratum, each mineral deposit carried encoded information that went far beyond simple physical properties. "It's like discovering a library," Chen explained during an emergency global broadcast, "where every stone is a page of an ancient cosmic textbook." The breakthrough came unexpectedly. A young computational biologist from Mumbai, working with an open-source algorithm, discovered that the embedded patterns could be translated into a form of advanced technological instruction. The first decoded segment revealed principles of energy transfer that defied current scientific understanding. Research teams worldwide began to collaborate with an intensity never before witnessed in human history. Universities suspended traditional operations. Government research facilities merged their resources. The global scientific community became a single, unified intelligence working to unlock the planetary secrets. Sophie Mkosi's team made a groundbreaking discovery in ecological systems engineering. The planetary design contained embedded technologies for environmental restoration that could potentially reverse centuries of ecological damage. Climate regulation mechanisms, hidden within the planet's natural systems, suggested technologies far beyond current human capabilities. The technological principles emerged in layers. First came energy transfer systems that could generate power with near-perfect efficiency. Then came environmental restoration technologies that could heal damaged ecosystems in months instead of decades. Each new discovery challenged fundamental understanding of physics, biology, and environmental science. Quantum communication networks evolved rapidly. The computational methods developed to decode the alien data began showing capabilities that seemed to transcend traditional computing limitations. Researchers found themselves able to process information at speeds that would have been impossible just weeks earlier. "We're not just reading a manual," Dr. Rodriguez explained during a global scientific conference. "We're being taught by the most advanced civilization we've ever encountered." The technologies revealed were not weapons or invasive systems. Instead, they were fundamentally creative, tools for healing, for understanding, for expanding potential. Ecological repair mechanisms could transform deserts into thriving ecosystems. Energy generation systems could provide clean, unlimited power without environmental impact. Educational institutions worldwide transformed overnight. New courses emerged that combined multiple disciplines: quantum physics with ecological engineering, computational biology with planetary systems design. Students became active participants in humanity's greatest intellectual journey. The most remarkable aspect was the collaborative nature of the discovery. A researcher in Brazil could instantly share a breakthrough with colleagues in Japan. A student in Kenya could contribute a critical insight that would reshape global understanding. The traditional barriers of academic hierarchy dissolved, replaced by a truly global intelligence. Unexpected connections emerged in the most surprising fields. Medical researchers discovered that the planetary design contained advanced healing principles. Agricultural scientists found technologies that could transform food production. Urban planners uncovered methods for creating sustainable, living cities that worked in harmony with natural systems. The technological awakening went beyond scientific circles. Artists began creating works that explored the newfound cosmic understanding. Philosophers developed new frameworks for understanding humanity's place in the universe. Religious institutions found themselves reimagining spiritual concepts in light of the cosmic revelation. As weeks passed, the initial shock transformed into something more profound. Humanity was not just receiving information, it was being invited to understand a fundamentally different way of existing. The planet itself was becoming a teacher, revealing layers of potential that had always been present but never recognized. The Galactic Confederation observed silently. Their crystalline forms monitored humanity's response, watching as a species began to recognize its true potential. Each decoded technology was a test, each breakthrough a demonstration of the adaptive capabilities that had been carefully cultivated over millennia. Something extraordinary was taking shape, a global consciousness rising to meet a cosmic challenge. Humanity stood at the precipice of a transformation that would redefine its understanding of technology, ecology, and its own potential. The technological awakening had begun. The Galactic Confederation's challenge arrived without warning. Holographic projections simultaneously appeared in every major research center, presenting a series of complex, interconnected problems that had stumped multiple advanced civilizations for generations. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood at the center of the International Scientific Coordination Center, her eyes scanning the intricate holographic display. The challenges were not simple tests but profound, multilayered problems that touched every aspect of cosmic existence: ecological restoration, energy generation, interspecies communication, quantum stability, and planetary healing. Each problem was a complex puzzle that required unprecedented levels of integrative thinking. The first challenge focused on a dying planetary system located in a distant sector of the galaxy. The holographic projection showed a world on the brink of total ecological collapse. Its atmosphere was deteriorating, its ecosystems fragmented, its core geological systems failing. Previous advanced civilizations had attempted restoration, but failed repeatedly. Dr. Marcus Chen gathered his team, their minds already racing with the possibilities revealed by the previous technological breakthroughs. "This is more than a problem to solve," he explained. "This is an opportunity to demonstrate our potential. Research teams around the world began to collaborate with an intensity that defied traditional scientific boundaries. Universities suspended normal operations. Government research facilities merged their resources. The global scientific community transformed into a single, unified intelligence working to address the cosmic challenges. Sophie Nkosi's environmental systems team discovered something remarkable. The planetary restoration technologies they had decoded from Earth's embedded systems could be adapted to the dying world. But the solution required more than technological innovation. It demanded a holistic approach that combined multiple disciplines in ways never before attempted. The challenges were deliberately designed to test humanity's adaptive capabilities. Each problem contained multiple layers of complexity that required creative, integrative thinking. Traditional problem-solving approaches would fail. Success demanded a fundamentally new way of understanding planetary systems. Global communication networks became conduits of collaborative intelligence. Researchers from different disciplines shared insights in real time. A breakthrough in quantum physics in Tokyo could instantly inform ecological restoration efforts in Brazil. A computational model developed in Mumbai could provide critical insights for energy generation strategies in Canada. The most remarkable aspect was the collaborative nature of the approach. Young researchers brought innovative perspectives that challenged established scientific paradigms. Students became active participants, their fresh insights proving as valuable as decades of specialized research. Unexpected connections emerged. Medical researchers found that the planetary restoration technologies contained principles applicable to human healing. Agricultural scientists discovered methods for transforming sustainable food production. Urban planners uncovered approaches for creating living, adaptive cities. As weeks of intense investigation passed, humanity began to demonstrate a level of adaptive intelligence that surprised even the Galactic Confederation. The challenges were not just technical problems to be solved, but invitations to expand collective understanding. The first breakthrough came from an unexpected source. A team of researchers in Kenya, combining insights from ecological engineering, quantum physics, and computational biology, developed a hybrid approach to planetary restoration that had eluded previous civilizations. Their solution didn't just address the immediate ecological crisis. It proposed a fundamental reimagining of planetary healing. The Galactic Confederation's crystalline forms seemed to pulse with a complex emotion, something between anticipation and growing respect. They had seeded this planet with potential, carefully cultivating a species that might solve challenges beyond their own comprehension. Educational systems worldwide transformed. New interdisciplinary courses emerged that broke down traditional academic barriers. Students learned to think across multiple disciplines, to see connections where previous generations saw only divisions. The global response went beyond scientific circles. Artists created works exploring the newfound cosmic understanding. Philosophers developed frameworks for understanding humanity's expanding potential. Religious institutions found themselves reimagining spiritual concepts in light of the cosmic challenges. As the first set of challenges began to yield to human ingenuity, something extraordinary took shape. It was more than scientific problem-solving. It was a demonstration of a new form of collective intelligence, a global consciousness rising to meet unprecedented cosmic challenges. Humanity stood at the precipice of a transformation that would redefine its understanding of intelligence, cooperation, and potential. The Galactic Confederation watched, waiting to see how far this remarkable species might go. The moment of triumph arrived, not with a thunderous declaration, but with a quiet, profound realization that would reshape human understanding forever. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before the Global Scientific Council, her hand steady as she presented the final solution to the Galactic Confederation's challenges. The journey had been unprecedented, a testament to human creativity, collaboration, and adaptive intelligence that had surprised even the most optimistic researchers. The Planetary Restoration Project became more than a technical achievement. It represented a fundamental reimagining of ecological systems, quantum interactions, and interspecies communication. Where previous advanced civilizations had failed, Humanity had discovered a holistic approach that transformed problem-solving itself. Dr. Marcus Chen's team had been critical in developing the breakthrough. They had discovered that the solution wasn't about imposing external technologies, but about understanding the intricate, interconnected nature of planetary systems. Each challenge required an approach that blended technological innovation with deep ecological sensitivity. The first challenge, restoring a dying planetary system, became a canvas for human potential. The solution involved a multi-layered approach that combined quantum stabilization technologies, ecological regeneration techniques, and adaptive communication systems. It wasn't just about fixing a planet, but about understanding its fundamental systems of renewal and balance. Sophie and Kosi presented the ecological restoration components. The team had developed technologies that could regenerate entire ecosystems within months, not centuries. Damaged atmospheric systems could be rebalanced, geological instabilities could be transformed, and complex life forms could be reintroduced with unprecedented precision. Global communication networks transformed during the process. Researchers from every continent worked in real time, sharing insights, challenging assumptions, and building collective intelligence. A breakthrough in quantum physics in Tokyo could instantly inform ecological restoration efforts in Brazil. A computational model developed in Mumbai provided critical insights for energy generation strategies in Canada. The most remarkable aspect was the collaborative nature of the achievement. Young researchers brought innovative perspectives that challenged established scientific paradigms. Students became active participants, their fresh insights proving as valuable as decades of specialized research. Unexpected connections emerged across multiple disciplines. Medical researchers found healing principles in planetary restoration technologies. Agricultural scientists discovered revolutionary approaches to sustainable food production. Urban planners uncovered methods for creating living, adaptive cities that worked in harmony with natural systems. The Galactic Confederation observed with growing amazement. The crystalline forms that had initially presented the challenges now seemed to pulse with a complex emotion, a mixture of surprise, respect, and something that could only be described as hope. What humanity demonstrated was more than problem-solving. It was a new form of collective intelligence that transcended traditional boundaries of discipline, culture, and individual capability. Each challenge revealed layers of potential that had always existed but never been fully recognized. Educational systems worldwide had transformed. Interdisciplinary courses broke down traditional academic barriers. Students learned to think across multiple domains, to see connections where previous generations saw only divisions. The very concept of knowledge had been reimagined. The solutions developed went far beyond the specific challenges presented. They represented a fundamental approach to understanding complex systems, an ability to see connections, to think holistically, to approach problems with creativity and compassion. Global responses transcended scientific circles. Artists created works exploring the newfound cosmic understanding. Philosophers developed new frameworks for understanding humanity's place in the universe. Religious institutions found themselves reimagining spiritual concepts in light of these achievements. As the final results were presented, something profound became clear. Humanity had not just solved a series of challenges. They had demonstrated a level of adaptive intelligence that suggested they were ready for something more. Dr. Rodriguez's final presentation was more than a technical report. It was a declaration of human potential. Each solution showed not just technological innovation, but a deep understanding of interconnectedness, of the delicate balance between technology and natural systems. The Galactic Confederation's communication began to shift. The initial transmission of challenge was transforming into something else. And recognition, a respect, perhaps even an invitation. Humanity had proven itself to be more than just another species in a vast cosmic ecosystem. They had shown themselves to be potential partners in a much larger, more complex universal narrative. As the presentation concluded, a sense of anticipation filled the global communication networks. Something extraordinary was taking shape, a global consciousness that had risen to meet unprecedented cosmic challenges. The final revelation came not as a thunderous declaration, but as a subtle shift in cosmic understanding. Dr. Elena Rodriguez stood before a global audience, her presentation transforming humanity's perception of its place in the universe. The Galactic Confederation's crystalline forms materialized in a holographic display that seemed to breathe with living intelligence. What had begun as a shocking transmission weeks ago now revealed itself as a carefully orchestrated invitation to cosmic awareness. "You are not an experiment's conclusion," the alien representatives communicated. "You are its beginning." The truth was both more complex and more beautiful than anyone had imagined. Earth was not just a crucible world, but a unique experiment in adaptive intelligence. The planet's intricate systems, the carefully balanced ecosystems, the embedded technological principles, all were components of a massive living experiment designed to forge a species capable of unprecedented problem-solving. Dr. Marcus Chen's research team had uncovered the deepest layer of the cosmic design. The planetary systems were not just environmental controls, but a massive living learning mechanism. Every geological formation, every ecological interaction, every subtle environmental balance was part of an intricate educational platform. Sophie Nkosi explained the philosophical implications during a global broadcast. "We were never random," she said. "We were carefully cultivated to become cosmic problem solvers, to bridge understanding between different forms of intelligence." The global response was unlike anything in human history. Instead of fear or division, a profound sense of collective purpose emerged. Educational systems worldwide were immediately transformed. Universities became centers of cosmic exploration, breaking down traditional disciplinary boundaries. Young researchers brought perspectives that challenged established scientific paradigms. Students became active participants in understanding humanity's cosmic potential. The traditional hierarchies of knowledge dissolved, replaced by a collaborative, global intelligence. Unexpected connections emerged across multiple disciplines. Medical researchers found healing principles embedded in planetary systems. Agricultural scientists discovered revolutionary approaches to sustainable development. Urban planners uncovered methods for creating living, adaptive cities that worked in harmony with natural systems. The Galactic Confederation's invitation became clear. Humanity was being offered a unique position, not as a junior member of a cosmic community, but as potential partners in a much larger exploration of universal potential. Religious institutions found themselves reimagining spiritual concepts. Philosophers developed new frameworks for understanding existence. Artists created works that explored the newfound cosmic understanding, transforming human culture at its deepest levels. Dr. Rodriguez's final presentation was a testament to human potential. She revealed how the seemingly random aspects of human development, our creativity, our ability to adapt, our capacity for empathy and innovation, were actually carefully cultivated characteristics. "We were designed to be bridges," she explained. "Bridges between different forms of intelligence, between technological innovation and ecological sensitivity, between individual potential and collective purpose." The planetary design was more than an experiment. It was an invitation to become something more. Each challenge, each ecological system, each embedded technological principle was a lesson in interconnectedness. Global communication networks transformed into channels of collective intelligence. Researchers from every continent worked in real time, sharing insights, challenging assumptions, building a new understanding of cosmic potential. The most profound revelation was not about technological achievement, but about the nature of intelligence itself. Humanity had demonstrated an adaptive potential that went far beyond traditional understanding. They were not just problem solvers, but creators of new possibilities. As the final presentation concluded, a sense of anticipation filled the global consciousness. The initial shock of the alien transmission had transformed into something else, a recognition of potential, a cosmic coming of age. The Galactic Confederation's communication shifted. The crystalline forms seemed to pulse with a complex emotion, respect, hope, and something that could only be described as welcome. Humanity had proven itself to be more than just another species in a vast cosmic ecosystem. They had shown themselves to be potential partners in a much larger, more complex universal narrative. Dr. Rodriguez's final words captured the moment perfectly. We are not at the end of a journey. We are at the beginning of something extraordinary. The universe waited, watching as humanity took its first steps into a broader understanding of existence. What had begun as a shocking revelation had transformed into the most profound invitation imaginable. A call to explore, to understand, to become something more. Humanity's true journey was just beginning.